All right, good morning, everybody. In the morning, that's because of the market condition. Okay. All right, this week should be a more stable week. Looking into the Forex Factory economical calendar, so we'll just go through a few pairs. Although what the market left for us last week was still not clear enough, but we'll look at a few pairs. But what I am going to be saying here is that most of those pairs that we are going to be looking at are still in their low quality price action kind of form. Okay, so if you are going to be trading them, you need to be extra careful because the patterns themselves are not really confirmed. All right, for instance, let's look into the sterling pounds against the American dollar in the daily time frame. You will see that price has been in this range. Okay, it has been flat, and right now price has come back to retest the lowest swing, all right, of this sideways bias has come back to retest it. Chances are that price is likely going back up to the upper boundary of that area that has been acting as resistance. Okay, so it is not out of place to begin to look for buy entries around this area of support. Remember, we buy support and sell resistance. So the most important thing is to do that with the trading strategy in place. If you don't have a trading strategy, then you really do not want to do that. At this point in time, the sterling pounds against the American dollar is trading around support zone. Okay, but if you look into the Forex Factory economical calendar, you will find that we have news announcement coming from the sterling pounds axis. You can see that manufacturing production that is a high impact news announcement, so you want to likely avoid sterling pounds process for now. Okay, but at any rate, the sterling pounds against the American dollar is trading around support zone, and you should not be hitting on your sell button against that level in the daily time frame. All right, let's move on to the other pairs that I actually wanted to show you. So I'll be very quick about that. The first one, the euro against the American dollar. Well, in the 1 hour time frame, we can clearly see that. Okay, about the euro against the American dollar, and what happened? Okay, I do apologize for that break. Everything should be fine right now. I was talking about the euro against the American dollar, and I was talking about the trend direction now clearly showing to the upside. In the daily time frame, it seems price is now trying to break. Okay, yeah, thanks for that feedback. In the daily time frame, it seems price is now trying to break that triangle formation. All right, you can see price sitting outside of the triangle already, which is a good thing that we want to see. And remember, we have talked about that possible reversal formation, and as the market opened today, we didn't see much of gap to the downside. So chances are that price is likely going to push up to somewhere around in here. Okay, although we have that level of resistance there, but somewhere around in here before we can see any form of a pullback. Okay, but this is not really clear enough until the 4 hours level of resistance has been dealt with. Let me take out all these lines. It is still mixed, very mixed, even though this is not looking as a very good channel. It is still mixed. That is resistance level in the 4 hours time frame, and price is sitting right around that resistance. We will be happy to see price pushing above that level. Okay, but for now it is still trapped just around that resistance. And if you look very deeply again, you will see that price has been finding resistance around that area, which could also be support. So at any rate, we need price to move out of this junction of the chart where we have resistance there and support here in the 4 hours time frame. Okay, all right. So at any rate, the euro against the American dollar, it is advisable not to go short. Okay, just hold on. It is still around problematic zone. At best, we want price to move away from where it is. All right, the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. Let's see this. Okay, the trend in daily time frame is still up. Just trying to check this out. It's still up, but price seems to be making a pullback. Trend line. Let's see this. In the 4 hours time frame, trend line has been broken, but the breakout is quite weak. Not going to trade anything on that trend line. Let's keep this level. Okay. The 1 hour time frame, well, price has entered into sideways bias again. That's it, sideways range. What type of range do we have? Well, if you draw okay, I'll check that for you. New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. If you keep this, you will be correct as resistance. And this one here, we had a fake breakout to the downside. That's a fake breakout here. You will also be correct. So we are just going to keep these levels. Okay. Please give me a minute. Let me fix something. All right, let's proceed. Sorry about that break. I was trying to fix something there. And okay, the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. We talked about that range. Okay, so we need price to move out of that range before we can trade. Chances are that price will go back up to that level for this area and again come back down. So we are likely going to have a range. If you're a range trader, then you want to wait around that top. That's resistance. And this area here is support. If you're a range trader, you're looking for short entries there, stop loss somewhere above. But I will not trade that. Okay, I will not trade that. The Australian dollar against the American dollar, the same thing. This is also a range here. If that's the same type of price behavior. This is be careful. I am not seeing strength coming from the American dollar axis, except if something changed soon. All right, next one, Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. I was actually following this on Friday, but I was late to that bounce that happened around that level of resistance. I was too late. I'm sorry, you might likely be having some hitches with the videos. That's because I didn't know I was watching myself on the other computer, so I have to just take that off right now. Okay. All right. The Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc price is likely going to begin to crawl back up. It is very possible. So this is what I am anticipating. I'm going to take out this level. We can have this one here. Okay, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Let's see the 1 hour time frame. It's like we are going to have another type of a channel. Remember, the market is always channeling. Especially when two currencies are strong, when the Canadian dollar is strong and the Swiss franc is also strong. We are likely going to have that problem. I'm expecting price to from here on begin to push again to the upside. So if you're looking to trade the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc for today, this is a low quality setup. Then maybe you want to take a small risk there with your stop loss somewhere around in here. Hopefully you are going to get a price push in your direction. But hey, I am not trading this type of low quality setups. Okay. All right, the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. This is another one. Just want to show you again. Although we had that trend to the downside, but hey, to the best of my knowledge, this trend is really not tradable at all. Okay, it is not. It's just a straightforward. What we might be having here, I don't know what you can see in that chart. Are you seeing anything in that chart? Just hold on. I'll give you some time too while you look at that chart yourself. What do you see? Okay, now let me take a look into the chart. Well, obviously it is a range. It is a sideways price behavior after this fall to the downside. But you need to be specific. If you keep this one, you will be correct. You are likely going to be correct. But to be more precise, then you can have this one. All right, this one here as well. Okay, so what do we have? We have a channel, right? It's a channel. So price is likely going to push back up to that area, then come back down. This is what is very common in today's market, is what you can see over and over. Unfortunately, most of the trades that we took lately, before we discovered that this is replete or this is common in the market, we are always trapped around the wrong position of the channel. All right, around the wrong position of the channel. So here, this is resistance. Here, this is support. A low quality price type of action. If you are a range trader, then you want to wait around support and resistance. The sterling pounds against the Swiss franc was also following this. We have a nice level that was broken out last week Friday. You can see the breakout. This is a key level of support. Okay, that's a flat bottom triangle. We've got the breakout. We should be waiting for a pullback to test that zone. This is where we are going to be looking for short entries. If we get a pullback, then we'll be looking for valid entries in this pair, the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. Again, that will also be suitable for news trading approach. If the news is released and we get price banging off that area, we'll be looking to we'll be reading the news spike to see if we get a failure for price to come back down off that level of resistance. Okay, it's a nice setup. Let's just be patient and see if we get a pullback to that area. More so that in the weekly time frame, we anticipated a downward channel. So if this channel is going to fall through, it is nice to keep searching for short opportunities in the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. All right, let's see the New Zealand dollar against the American dollar. This is the 1 hour time frame. Another channel. Let's keep this level here as resistance. Okay. Somewhere here, this was a fake breakout, or we can just keep it here. All right. A lot of confusion going on here in this range. Right now, price is trading around resistance. I am thinking that price might come back down to this level, then maybe push back up. But it is not clear. Like I said, these are very low quality types of price behavior. The breakout is also not happening in momentum. So the best course of action is to just avoid these pairs. If you must trade, then maybe small position, very small risk, say 0.01 lot, just trying to test the waters to see if price will actually move in your direction. Otherwise, for me, I am not going to trade here. All right, the American dollar against the Canadian dollar. This is the one that actually wanted to get involved. We are supposed to go short with this pair yesterday. Weekend live market analysis as price reacted off that conference point and also trading around a key level of resistance right here. Okay, but I saw it that it is sensible, very sensible to avoid trading within this this channel. Okay, the price is still trapped between support and resistance. It is still trapped within that congestion area. Okay, it is a congested area. The best course of action is to wait for price to break out of that level, then we'll look for a pullback and for a crash to the downside. If you are brave enough, then you want to be looking for short entries here, but I strongly advise not to go short in the middle of this congested area. This pair is still to the downside. All right, finally the American dollar against Japanese yen. For this pair, I have long emphasized that price is bearish. I am actually going to see price pushing to the downside in this pair. Even at current level, you should not be going long. Price is likely going to push to the downside. The bears are all out. All I need to see is price cruising below this particular area. If it can break that area, then the next level of support is going to be this one here. And before that level, we have a highway free of traffic for price to push to the downside. So let's hope that level is going to break. This area is going to break, then we can begin to search for short entries. Okay, the American dollar against the Japanese yen is still bearish. We should be searching for only short opportunities. All right, you have asked for the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen, so I'm just going to look into that. Well, I don't know what you want me to look into here. For how many weeks? Price 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Price has just been there. I don't know how to analyze this type of market. Okay, the best thing is to avoid it. I don't know, is to avoid it. And in the daily time frame, you can see that channel formation that we had earlier analyzed before. I think that's basically what's there, nothing more. All right, that's basically it. I don't see much to talk about again. If you have questions or contributions, feel absolutely free. Send them across. No, I don't advise long entry at current price. I don't see any entry there, so I will not advise you to go long at current price. Okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. There is no valid entry there. I'm not seeing any strategy to trade here before I can advise you on that. Okay. All right, questions will be entertained. Do well to communicate to us. Let's hear your feedback. For those of you subscribing to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Those of you hitting on the thumbs down button, feel free to hit on the thumbs down button. Those of you hitting on the thumbs up, please do that. These are things that can actually encourage us to keep doing this analysis. Okay, thanks again. We'll talk before the market close for today. By the way, if we find anything valid and anything tradable, we will definitely send them across in our private Telegram channel for those subscribing members to benefit from. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye.